Hi, today we're going to talk about two different types of theories of development. We are going to talk about social emotional development and psychosocial development. First, let's talk about social emotional. So this is the ability to understand your own emotions as well as understanding the emotions of others around you. With this theory comes the ability to be able to maintain relationships as well as developing empathy and being able to regulate your own behavior. Some important words within this theory are response caregiving. This helps develop a sense of predictability, safety, and responsiveness. These types of strong relationships can increase positive outcomes for positive behavior in the future for these children. Next, we have emotional security. This is creating close relationships with adults. This allows infants to have this sense of security when there's that tight bond between the infant and the adult. And then we have temperament, which this is one's natural behavior, and this plays a huge role in how children interact with one another as well as following rules and just interacting in any type of social interaction. We also have emotional regulation, which is being able to regulate your own emotions, teaching children to understand and control their emotions, and this plays a big part in becoming socially competent and being able to be in any type of social situation. Impulse control, this helps children adapt to new social situations as well as following the rules, and peer interactions are actually a great natural source to practice impulse control. Social understanding, this is what to expect from others in engagement and in social interactions. We also have affective, this is being able to express your emotions in response to another person. Next we have empathy, this is being able to understand what another person may be feeling and being compassionate towards that person. Self-efficiency, this is when a child understands that they can make something happen. So when the example that we learned about was when a children is playing with something and it's making a noise and they start to make I statements as in, I'm making that noise, I'm hitting the drum. They understand that them doing the action is making that noise, and whatever they're doing is they're understanding that they're making that happen. And then we have psychosocial development. This was Erik Erikson's theory. He believed that there were 8 different stages of development in a person's life. Going through these stages, he believed that you encounter a crisis which results in an either positive or a negative outcome, which ultimately creates a personality within the person. This is a little quote I found from him. Life doesn't make any sense without interdependence. We need each other, and the sooner we learn that, the better for us all. So the first stage is trust versus mistrust. This is when children are 1 years old. This is consistency and stability helps children feel secure, and the negative outcome is if children don't feel that sense of security, then they often feel fear instead of the security. The second stage is autonomy versus shame. This happens in 2-year-olds. This is adults should allow independence and let the children explore, and the negative outcome is if we are overly criticized or we don't let the children explore and allow this independence, then they lack a self-esteem. And next is initiative versus guilt. This is in 3 to 5-year-olds. This is feeling the sense of purpose, exploring, and asking questions. The negative outcome is when the children are asking questions, if the adult seems annoyed, then they begin to feel that sense of annoyance and they think that they're going to annoy other people, as in their peers, and they begin to follow instead of exploring on their own and becoming their own person. Next is industry versus inferiority. This is in 6 to 12-year-olds, and it's when they are starting to build their self-esteem, trying to please others and fit in, growing their confidence. The negative outcome is if adults or people around them don't support this and they're growing in their confidence, they'll start doubting themselves and doubting their abilities. Next is identity versus role confusion in 12 to 18-year-olds. This is the wanting and the need to fit into society and trying to figure out what you're going to be when you're older, and really just figuring out who you are and trying to fit in. And the negative outcome is losing a sense of who you are, and this often results in rebellion. And next is intimacy versus isolation in 18 to 40-year-olds. When you avoid intimacy, that can lead to isolation or loneliness or depression. As human beings, we feel the need for intimacy, so when we avoid that, it often creates a depression. And next we have generativity versus stagnation. This is in 40-year-olds to retirement age, and during this age, typically people give back, they care for others, their family is the center of their life, they're involved in the community, and if one is not doing that, then they may feel, the negative outcome would be that they feel unproductive. And then we have integrity versus despair. This is 65 and older, and typically you're feeling accomplished, you're reminiscing in life, you're reminiscing your old memories, and the negative outcome is feeling dissatisfaction in life. And that's it. Thank you.